wait, stop. He sells on the Pacers that he's talked hype about all season, and then buys the 76ers that we have trashed all season.
They got the generation of chatter on Twitter everywhere, and I'm pissed I'm giving it to them, but damn it needs to be talked about.
Starting to become big-time free agents, granted, but in their childhoods, in the early 2000s, were the Knicks ever good? No. Welcome back, everybody. Dribbling Around, episode 12. Connor Glunt, Jayden Becker. I'm Dane Richardson. Second week of the NBA bubble action, and safe to say, boys, I am not a happy man at all.
Why aren't you, Dane?
Come on, bro. The Lakers are now lost 3 in a row, 2-4 in the bubble, and I'm going to start. Okay, the Lakers were shooting 25% from the three-point line. We were like 5 for 37 when we played the Thunder, 2 for 19 when we played the Raptors. I don't care if we sat AD in the fourth quarter against the Rockets or we didn't play LeBron in that game. We have the worst transition defense in the bubble. We had one of the worst transition defenses in the regular season. We can't guard opposing teams' star players or guards. I'll list this off. Paul George, first game, 30 points. Kyle Lowry, 33. The Thunder game, no one really went off, but all of their starters scored near 20 points or in double figures. Donovan Mitchell, 33. TJ Warren last night, credit, he's on a different planet, but 39. James Harden, 39. That loss of Avery Bradley is ridiculous. LeBron, last night, first game out of the 6 games in the bubble, he scored over 30 points, being too unselfish. Last night, Quinn Cook, granted he shot well last night, on the floor in crunch time. What the hell, Frank Vogel? No defensive identity at all. Letting teams shoot 36% from the floor from 3. We don't get back. No hustle. Everything, you're the 1 seed in the Western Conference. You have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You're not playing like a 1 seed. Play like it. Everyone expected you to be in the Western Conference Finals. Win it. You were playing so well before COVID-19, and now you barely even look like a playoff team. The Phoenix Suns look way better than you. Granted, they look better than a lot of other teams. But Frank Vogel, Rob Pelinka, LeBron, I know you posted on your Instagram last night that you're shooting buckets, mindset still on. Oh, we lost again. You can't focus on that. Yeah, great. But how about you show some results on the floor? Because clearly I'm worried. And if we face Portland in a first-round series, would I be shocked if we lose? No. We're the 1 seed for a reason. Play like it. I'm done.
Okay, a couple things from that. I like the rant. Very good rant. Clap it up. A couple things. I wouldn't say all hope is lost yet for the Lakers. 100% not. They're still the 1 seed, obviously, and then they could turn things around. Remember, they're trying to adjust to a new normal, and so is everybody else in this NBA bubble, right? Maybe not. Obviously, LeBron has even spoken out that it's more difficult playing now in an arena without any fans. He's been playing in front of fans literally his whole life. Some people in high school, you don't get that opportunity. He's been playing in front of fans since he came on the map. So it's different for everybody. Now, with the Lakers, just looking at their numbers, as you mentioned, it does look pretty bad. It's at this point, it might even be fair to say that they're one of the lowest scoring offensive teams in the bubble. It's really getting that bad.
90. They've scored under 90 twice.
I know.
I think we know really 3 times. 3 times.
It's bad, but I think things will change when it comes to the playoffs. I really think it's all about the playoffs for the Lakers. They do not care about this regular season, this bubble portion. I think they're still considering this like scrimmage games at this point. It might even be like that because as soon as they hit that playoffs, they know they're the 1 seed. As soon as they hit these playoffs, I think we're going to see a completely different team. I wouldn't be as worried as you are right now, but it is pretty funny seeing the Lakers struggle like this.
I'm not sure if it's just they're not in the right mindset because I have a really tough time envisioning a LeBron-led team this close to the playoffs, just kind of taking a couple games off mentally. But I mean, a couple games ago, I wasn't going to say, yeah, I'm worried about the Lakers because they have LeBron and I don't want to doubt him because even though like he can pretty much turn on a dime, like his type of play and his team's play, the Lakers and the Trailblazers, who I think the Trailblazers are probably going to end up being a part of that 8-9 play-in and winning that, whoever they play, either Phoenix or Memphis. We'll talk about that later in the show. Portland and LA are trending in two very opposite directions.
Yep.
I'm the Lakers. You can't really guard. Dane mentioned you can't guard the stars, and you have 3 great scorers now. Probably, maybe
4.
a good one. Yeah, I was gonna say. So you
Probably
got
5 with how Gary Trent's been playing.
Yeah, I was including him. You got obviously Dame and McCollum, and then you got Melo.
And Nurkic is playing well too.
Nurkic is coming back, but AD will probably shut that down. But still, Portland's is scary. Like if I'm LeBron, I'm staying up at night thinking, how is this team going to be ready for Portland if it comes?
And how are they going to be ready? I don't know, because you look at it, who's their third scorer? They need somebody else. Granted, LeBron's not going to be off the floor much during playoff time, but they're getting, I think in most of their games, most teams have more assists than them in almost all of their games. That's a big loss with Rajon Rondo. I'm not going to get into that impact, but that's a huge loss. The guard thing, Avery Bradley, they can't guard anyone's opposing point guard. Malcolm Brogdon, granted TJ Warren came up in clutch time last night for the Pacers, but Malcolm Brogdon in the beginning of that fourth quarter, the Lakers were up. He kept them in that game because they couldn't guard Malcolm Brogdon. And Kyle Kuzma, if you're going to be a third scorer, how about you show up and be consistent and maybe average 15
He's never been consistent in his life. You're asking something from a person who's never done that ever, so you can't ask that from Kuzma.
No,
that's the
exactly.
last person you can ask that from.
Jayden, he's been more consistent in the years before than he has been this year.
He has never been a solid scorer.
Lakers from years before and Lakers now. That's kind of obvious.
It's a lot different, but I'd like to see someone. And I don't care if it's Kuzma. I don't care if it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I don't care if it's Dion Waiters. Someone show up and give me 15 to 18 a game that I can count on, whether it's off the bench or in the starting lineup. I don't care who it is, because they need that. And you saw and let alone if they even get there, because right now it doesn't look like they will, what the Clippers bench did. They beat Portland yesterday on a game-winning 3 by Rodney Magruder. The Clippers bench did that, and they sat Kawhi the whole game and sat Paul George in the last 5 minutes. And they beat Portland. Granted, Dame choked, but that was rare. But that's what the Clippers can do. That's how much depth they have. And the Lakers really only have 2 stars and ... still waiting for someone else to show up.
Dan, I'm just going to look at the standings and I'm going to list the teams. You tell me if you were comfortable picking the Lakers against them. We all know you would pick the Clippers.
Yes.
7-game series versus Denver.
Playoff LeBron, I would go with the Lakers, barely.
OKC?
Right now, no, I would not be comfortable playing OKC because I don't think anyone can guard Chris Paul.
Crashing my hot take a couple episodes ago. Glad that
I did not think the Lakers would play like this. I don't think anyone could guard Chris Paul or SGA on the floor.
All right,
nobody.
Utah.
Yes, we'd beat Utah.
I'll pick Utah. Or against Utah. We
Yeah.
hate Utah. Houston.
Yes.
You would pick LA over Houston?
What's
Yes,
a closer
I think
series? What's a closer series? Rockets or Nuggets?
Oh,
The Rockets.
You think that's a closer series?
Yes, because I have a tough time picking the Lakers in that series. Because who's going to guard James Harden or Russell Westbrook? Nobody. Actually, no. I'd pick the Rockets. The Lakers can't guard the 3-point line. That's all the Rockets do. And unless AD goes off for 40 every game, and he might go off in 4 of those 7 games, let's say it's a 7-game series, he's not going to do that every time.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rockets are scrappy enough underneath. Like when they played them, how many times they fouled Dwight Howard right before he dunked the ball, or they fouled JaVale McGee, or they forced AD into a tough shot. Right now, with the way they're playing, they do have 2 games left. And I don't know what we're going to see out of playoff LeBron and AD. Am I going to cheer for them? Yes. I'm not confident they beat the Rockets right now. I'm not confident they beat Portland right now.
In the entire conference, Portland and Phoenix. Those 2 are potential play-in. They could sneak.
I'm praying we play Phoenix. Praying we play Memphis.
And why would you say Phoenix? Because now you talk about teams trending in two different directions. Yeah, okay, Phoenix,
They can't go
obviously they don't
it's-
have that higher echelon level and they're playing great right now. But this will be the perfect time to take down a giant if you're Phoenix. You sneak your way into the playoffs,
Yeah.
go against the 1 seed. You're the hottest team in the bubble. No one can stop you. And now you're going against the Lakers team that you say is trending in the absolute abyss downward direction. That is literally the perfect opportunity for the Phoenix Suns to oh my God, Lakers fans
Jayden.
cry.
I know that makes sense.
That,
But
that
that
would
would,
be.
I do
that'd
not
be
think. I do
a
not think.
storybook move for them.
I do not think that would happen. I do not think as good as Devin Booker has played, as good as the Suns have played offensively, as good as their 3-point defense has been, which I'll talk about that. The Lakers don't really shoot the three well. And honestly, I'm not going to trust DeAndre Ayton to guard Anthony Davis in a full series or anybody else. And like I said, Portland has so many weapons. I really see that series as the Phoenix has a little bit more depth right now than the Lakers. They're showing that. But I feel like LeBron and AD would single-handedly power over a team with very little playoff experience, where against Portland, you have more go-to weapons, and you have Dame and CJ. Again, this team was in the Western Conference Finals last year, so that's why I say that.
The Portland Trailblazers right now looking like the Washington Nationals, like a wild card team sneaking in, going to fight their way towards a World Series ring. That's how I see it. Bunch of guys like coming in that maybe in the prime or later half in their career never won a ring, trying to find one. I think they can do it there.
My final message.
I know Dane, you mentioned it. Dame kind of choked yesterday in that critical game against the Clippers, and really they weren't playing their star guys. Dame definitely had the opportunity to get the Trailblazers the win. What did you guys think of the Twitter beef with Dame, Pat Bev, and Pete?
I love it.
I
love it. Oh my God.
Dame was speaking facts.
Dame won that.
Yeah, and Paul George said, hey, man, if I didn't get injured the first time, it would have been a lot different in Indiana. And it may have been. We don't know that, especially with a weak Eastern Conference when LeBron moved back to Cleveland, but they had Kyrie. You don't know. And really, Pat Bev's job wasn't to win the Twitter fight. Pat Bev's job was to get a response, get in his head. Like, what else should you expect Patrick Beverley to even do? I mean, good, okay, granted, but look, Dame has all the leverage here. I mean, guess what happened last year? Sorry, Connor.
Well, George has absolutely no room to talk shit to Dame Lillard.
He's the favorites. And Dame had his team injured most of the year, and now he's fighting into the playoffs and might beat the 1 seed.
Like, I love how Paul George is acting all tough after switching up teams for a second time. And then joining Kawhi Leonard, who's a top.
No, but I don't look at Paul George as a team switcher like that. I don't. At least that's how I see it. I don't look at him like a Kevin, like a snake type of a person like that. I don't look.
Kevin Durant's a snake.
Dame made points.
Literally couldn't be more of a snake, Kevin Durant. Like that. That is like the epitome of a snake.
You just
Kevin
hate
Durant.
the Nets with Kyrie and KD. You just dislike
that. That is the epitome of a snake. Like at that point, Kevin Durant. But
I don't think he's a snake, but.
I think he's like the slitheriest of snakes.
Okay,
Kevin
that's
Durant.
not the topic, but
Paul George, I wouldn't consider him a snake. No.
Listen, I think he left Indiana for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a lot of problems there.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems there.
You would know more about this than me. I'm drawing a blank here. Did he ask to get out of OKC?
I'm pretty sure he did, and then Westbrook did too. Once Westbrook made the request. It was a domino effect. I forget who exactly requested when, but I know it was one did it and then the other did.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a team switcher, but at the same time, they have to. Dame Lillard owns this year. Paul George, why are you talking? You have the favorite team.
If I can only get one thing I want to see this playoffs, it's just to see Dame Lillard splash a half-court shot, like a dribble.
It's gonna happen.
Pull-up half-court shot, not even like a heave. Like he literally points to the logo, points to Paul George, splash. It could be a blowout. That's all I want to see. I just want to see Paul George get that in his face one more time.
Yeah,
but not on my team now.
You look at the Blazers' schedule. You got the Sixers today, and that game will be over by the time we release this because We'll put it out on Tuesday. We're recording on Sunday. They have the Mavericks. Shout out to Luka Doncic, who disappointed me. Closing the game with one of his best performances ever. What was it? 36, 19 assists, and
Career
14
high in
boards.
assists. Yeah, career high.
Insane. Like, if he can do that, look out. Good for Luka. And then Brooklyn in their last game, Portland. Do I trust them to get the 8th seed? Yeah, I'm not changing my pick.
And Brooklyn's playing their best team basketball that they've ever played. You know, they are. And there's a couple key guys aren't on the court there. Forgot their names. But playing the best basketball they ever had. I wonder what the reason is there. So, that's all I really have to say about that. Moving on.
Oh, my God.
Switching topics here a little bit.
They beat the Bucks. Oh, without Giannis and Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. Second half.
Listen, they look really good. They look really good. But without a few key people. I think I don't really need to at this point. I'm gonna name the players that aren't there, and they're playing at an elite level for whatever reason. But there's a few players that aren't there that I could name that maybe be the reason why.
I think they'll be a lot better with them next year, though.
I think not. I think it'll be actually the other way around. So that's all I have to say about that. I've yelled about them enough. I can't with the Brooklyn
Jayden
Nets.
and the Nets.
Yeah, it's not really the Nets. It's Kyrie. I think it's really all
touching on everything. Like, Dane had a rant about the Lakers. We slowly started talking about team switching with KD and Paul George from the Thunder. Then Jayden got his shot saying at the Nets.
You have to. I just have to sometimes because it just really grinds my gears. It really gets me going. But all right, now this is a really big deal here. 5 in a row for the Phoenix Suns, and they're really making a push for the playoffs. They have a chance. They still have a chance. The chance might be small, but with the way that they're looking right now, it's looking really good for them. Do you guys think they'll sneak in to the playoffs?
Listen, I think they deserve it. I don't think they're going to beat out Portland, which means the only way they get in is if they win out and Memphis loses out just because Memphis has the tiebreaker. But if you look at the schedules, it's not far-fetched at all. Mm-hmm. Phoenix has OKC, a team who just got whooped by Memphis out of nowhere. They have Philly, who just lost Ben Simmons, and Mavericks, who, we just raved about Luka, but they've been kind of up and down so far in this bubble. And then Memphis, they only have one win, which of course is against OKC, but they have to play the top 3 teams in the East still. Those are their final 3 games. Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston. I could see, I think Phoenix and Portland are arguably 2 of the probably top 3 teams in the bubble right now. And I think those 2 teams are the most deserving. It's just kind of painful because I want those teams to get in so badly, but they dug themselves into such deep holes in the regular season that really they're not deserving of the spot that they're in now, but it is what it is. But if I'm putting a bet, I think Phoenix is getting that 9 seed. I think Portland's going to leap Memphis too.
Yeah. Phoenix, the last couple of games, has out-rebounded their opponents very well. Ricky Rubio, I mean, this is a journey. I think he's only 29. He came into the league really early, got drafted by Minnesota, but one of the better passing point guards in our game, a real good compliment to Devin Booker. They finally seem to be working that out. DeAndre Ayton's playing well. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson are 2 good defensive wings. They're not doing anything that's, if you look at their stats, they're not doing anything so much better than another team, but they're not doing anything wrong. They're not making dumb mistakes. They're not turning the ball over a lot. And you got to give credit to Monty Williams. He's really created a culture there. Mm-hmm. You see the Phoenix Suns Twitter account, that buzzer beater against the Clippers. You mentioned the Mavericks are in their schedule. They've already beat them in this bubble. Credit to Devin Booker and this team. Credit to Monty Williams. No one thought they'd be here. Also, though, guess who else is tied with Phoenix that we talked about last week? San Antonio. You can't count them out either. And just because Phoenix is on the swing streak, everyone's talking about Phoenix. They are the sleeper team. They are that sleeper team. Everyone's talking about Portland, Phoenix. Now, granted, Phoenix doesn't own the tiebreaker with Memphis. I don't know if San Antonio does. What if they do? And you mentioned Memphis' schedule. And San Antonio, I'm looking right now. San Antonio has Utah, they have New Orleans, and they have Houston. 2, probably all winnable. All winnable. 2, 3, I think they could win. But we're talking about Phoenix. Would you take them
over the Suns?
No, because of how well the Suns are playing. But you got to give credit to the Spurs. They have been what in the bubble? They've been 1, 2. They're 3-2 in the bubble. So no, because of how well Phoenix is playing. just collectively as a team. And Cameron Payne, another point guard, you probably remember him with Russell Westbrook with the handshakes. He's been playing great off the bench for them, too. Another one of those breakout players in the bubble. Not necessarily breakout, but another impact. Credit to Phoenix.
Do you think there's any other team that could really sneak in there? And also the Grizzlies.
New Orleans. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I think the window's really closed on sleeper teams pretty much because Sacramento
no one's
and New
talking
Orleans.
about San Antonio anymore. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, yeah, I agree. Like Dane, they're right there, but like if I'm talking about Sacramento and New Orleans, they pissed away their chance pretty much. Like they had all the opportunities. New Orleans, especially having one of the easiest schedules of the entire bubble, they really let it slip out of their hands. And Sacramento, credit to De'Aaron Fox, but it's just like that team that. They didn't get the bounces. They didn't have the luck this year with injuries and everything. So although I think it would be fun to kind of see a team make a late run, really the door is pretty much closed. There's 2 to 3 games left for these teams left in the bubble, which these games have flown by. I mean, I'm almost like, it feels like I'm expecting like 65, 70 more games, but no, Dane, what are you going to say?
I was just looking at the schedule. San Antonio's 2-2 against Memphis this year, but they're 2-1 against Phoenix.
So they have the tiebreaker over Phoenix.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Wow.
And I don't know how it would work out with the Memphis thing. And now I'm going to check Portland as well. I'm going to check Portland because these are important things because we could not end up tied here.
We here at Dribbling Around do our research, even if it's on the show during the same
we do
segment. The research will get done.
Okay, they are 1-2 against Portland. If I'm correct, 1-2 against Portland, so they don't own the tiebreaker against the Blazers. It's going to get interesting.
It's either going to be it's going to be a
To
ride.
the group. Do we see Memphis winning any of these last 3 games?
I always want to say no. I always want to say no, but the Grizzlies always do something where it's they're fighters. I don't know how they do it. It's the best.
They don't have Jaren Jackson, but I feel like they will because I'm going on a hunch. Milwaukee's not going to play anybody in that last game. They don't care.
Milwaukee still granted, they're going to be getting an easy first-round matchup. I don't know if Milwaukee, because, I mean, you look at it, this isn't like a regular, we're waltzing into the playoffs. We're just going to give our guys some extra rest. Like, no, these obviously we've had
They've had their rest. I really feel like
this is the perfect time to really work out all the kinks and everything. Yeah. Like, work out all those little notches in your play. Even though, like, your first round
game, what does it matter though against Brooklyn. Memphis though? What are you going to work out?
A G League team that's somehow winning.
I just don't. I don't know. I think they'll take one of those games because if you look at the Eastern Conference, right? Look at the standings. Toronto is 3.5 games ahead of Boston for the 2 seed, so that's pretty much locked up. Boston is 3.5 games above Miami for the 3 seed, so I'm saying that Memphis is going to catch a break because I don't think they're going to get 100% from all 3 of those teams because essentially all 3 of them are locked up, especially Milwaukee. All 3 of them are locked up in their playoff spot in the Eastern Conference right now.
I mean, they are, but you look at all 3 teams, like there's been some uninspiring performances from them. Like, granted, Boston just whooped Toronto. So if I'm Toronto, I might just want to get my guys out there for an extra game against a solid team like Memphis. Like, not one that's going to overly exert them as if it was a playoff game, but Memphis seems like the perfect time just to get that final tune-up before the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I mean, Ja Morant, he's been Mr. Inconsistent in the bubble. He beat your Thunder. He had a great game against them. You got to give credit to Dylan Brooks, strong guard. But Jayden, what were you going to say?
Looking back at the Phoenix Suns now, Devin Booker, obviously, this guy's on top of the world right now. I had him in my top 5 point guards for a reason. I had him up pretty high, so I think I had him like 3 or something like that because I know this guy's just a stud. Now, 5 games in a row, doing great. Draymond Green comes out, says on TNT that, hey, obviously we all know Devin Booker's great, but he shouldn't be with Phoenix right now. He shouldn't be there. Do you guys – now, obviously that's a really bold statement to make, but he might have a point. This guy is great, but is he really – with Phoenix, can he really go far?
I think he might have a point before the bubble, but after what we've seen from not just him but this entire team,
mm-hmm.
Dane, you said the culture's changed in Phoenix.
Yes, it has.
Like, this team looks really, not really, like, as in they'll be NBA contenders next season, but they're definitely on the upswing. Like, we've kind of been wondering, like, when is this Phoenix team really going to start to, like, turn from that, the tanking, the rebuilding phase? And, I mean, we all kind of saw you traded away, the 6th pick for Dario Saric in the 11th to draft Cam Johnson. There were some question marks there. But no, Phoenix really, like, I don't think anyone they came out of the gates with a hot start in the regular season, and then they fizzled off. And then I don't think anyone expected this type of performance. So maybe like a month or two ago, that take is valid, but I don't think so now.
Yeah, and I think this year is the year that Devin Booker's 5-year extension kicks in. This is the first year of the 5-year extension. And Jayden, you talked about him a little bit earlier in our previous episodes. You like DeAndre Ayton and his game.
Yeah.
So that's a nice 1-2 punch. And who knows? The Suns have drafted relatively well. And I'm not saying they're going to be
It hasn't
elite.
been terrible.
Yes. I'm not saying they're going to be elite. Cam Johnson, who came out late, he's 24 now, but that's late to get drafted. Mikal Bridges, I'm not saying they're going to be elite wings by any means, but they're good, young, athletic. You got a big man. You got a center. I don't think Rubio's the point guard of the future. He's a good stalwart there for the – yes, good placeholder. That's the word I was looking for the time being. But, yeah, you give it a few years because you could see Phoenix develop into a nice club in that Pacific Division. You saw Golden State. Now you got the Lakers and Clippers battling. I'm not going to go into the Lakers again. But you had the Warriors there. And now all of a sudden maybe the Suns could be, not saying contender next year, but could be a playoff team.
That's what I had to say. I think I need to see more from I've seen enough from Devin Booker. I already know he's a stud. I need to see more from the Suns as a whole. Yes, these 5 games have been great, but one, it's in a bubble. And if the COVID never happened and we never had this NBA bubble, I don't think we're having this conversation about the Suns. Yeah, they go on a 5-game win streak, but they're thousands of games out of the playoffs. Now they have a chance, right? So if it wasn't for this NBA bubble, I don't think we would be having this conversation about the Suns being this good. So I need to see more from them in a regular format.
I just want to take a moment to really kind of acknowledge how strong this Western Conference is going to be next year because, like, who's the worst team going to be? Memphis? They have Cat, D'Lo, and a lottery pick coming in.
You mean Minnesota? You said Memphis, and you mentioned Cat.
I don't know what I said. But Timberwolves, yeah, like they might be legit the 15th seed in that conference, and they might have 2 all-star caliber players.
Move them to Seattle.
Anything is possible.
Hey, you never know. I saw that. I mean, like, KG wants to buy the Timberwolves. And he's a T-Wolf legend and move him to Seattle. Dude, I would be so hyped. I would totally buy it.
Minnesota basketball fans.
There's going to be so many good teams in this conference. Like, it's going to be so hard picking who is going to really emerge from that team and maybe separate themselves to put themselves with the LA teams, with Denver, all those teams that are true contenders. Like, this is just crazy. Like, this is great basketball. We saw all these bottom feeder teams. We maybe had like 8, and now we have a conference full of playoff contenders.
Yeah, and we said last week, Connor, you and I said that the top 5 teams in the East are arguably better than the top 5 teams in the West right now. But if you look at the bubble, only 2 teams outside of the West didn't make it. That was the Warriors and the Timberwolves. But top to bottom, the Western Conference leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds above the East. Not even.
Oh, yeah. Not even close.
You mentioned Draymond. Maybe a little bit of tampering there.
Oh, yeah, 100% tampering. Yeah, he even said it himself. Are you tampering?
Oh,
maybe.
It was a meme on Twitter.
100%. Oh,
it was a meme on Twitter. It was the football coach. It'd be like Adam Silver to Draymond Green. Give me my money. Jayden, you've talked about teams trending in the right direction and the wrong direction. The Suns obviously trending in the right direction, but we mentioned it earlier, the Sixers trending in the wrong direction.
Philly
Ben Simmons. A partial mislocation of his kneecap. That probably happened to us if we ever played in the NBA because we get broken. But, yeah, that just sounds like it hurts, and it hurts for the Sixers franchise. Clearly, we didn't think – none of us thought they were going to make a run where Sixers – I guess you could say Sixers haters on the show, non-believers. But what does this mean for the Sixers? Do they blow it up? Obviously, I don't think they're going to make a run. But, Connor, what do you think?
I mean, I've been saying all along blow it up for a while now. So, I mean – granted, I think you really have to do it if the Sixers maybe win a first-round matchup against Boston led by Joel Embiid minus Simmons. So, but no, I have, again, no faith in Philly whatsoever to do anything really important and successful in the playoffs. So this doesn't really move the needle for me. It's just like, okay, this is kind of experimental as to see what the Sixers may look like minus Simmons if they do decide to go in a different franchise direction following the season.
Well, we trusted the process. We went through it. We saw Simmons come in and B come in, and that was their rebuild. And I think it's fair to say they finished the rebuild, and then they went into pursuing playoff mode, right? Got Tobias Harris, got a lot of pieces, try to fix all together for a big playoff push. And if Simmons does go, and that's it, they get rid of him and they bring in more pieces and they go back into the rebuild mode, then the whole trust the process failed. The process would have failed.
The chance was last year. They had Jimmy Butler. They were one shot away from beating Kawhi.
And Connor, there's no way you can't say the process hasn't failed. The process, I think, the end goal for every team at the end of the day is to win a championship, right? And if they don't win a championship, then it's a failure.
Yeah,
it really is.
I feel like though the Sixers, like you've seen, like the process, it was so made known to all the NBA world, right? And it's almost like you've seen other teams like OKC, like did they really rebuild? Does every team really have to go through this to like be a playoff team?
Well, I mean,
or like be
also had the luxury
away?
of trading 2 All-Stars, so
yeah,
I know.
Yeah, and they had the Clippers tied. So I mean,
granted, you can't like. I felt like Philly could have done a better job, but honestly, if
they wasted 3 picks with Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, and really Markelle Fultz. Granted, I still think Fultz can develop into a good NBA player in today's game. But no, the process failed. The process's end goal was not to lose on a buzzer beater to the eventual NBA champs.
Here's the thing:
was to win the championship.
Exactly.
Embiid and Simmons. If one of them were to go, where do you think they would go? I think Simmons would be the guy that would be shipped.
I think
they would get less. His value's now down.
I've heard stuff like him saying the team saying there's words about him with the Cavaliers and stuff like that.
Actually, I think Cavaliers would be a really interesting
Colin Sexton
spot.
Listen, yeah, they could put him in anywhere, but what's that going to do for Simmons' career? Obviously, and I don't know if the Sixers would do that to him. Shove him in Cleveland. Obviously, it's a business, but at the end of the day, he was the guy that you really hung your hat on for a long time. So now you're going to just shove him in Cleveland. I think that's really a slap in the face, but if they do it, they do it. I really don't know where Simmons could go because his game is so unique is a word, but I don't like using that word. His game it's so, I would like to say one-dimensional.
In such a
it has to,
specific
exactly.
way.
Yes. He has to fall in a place where sort of like how it has been with the 76ers where you sort of had pieces around you that supplement your game because they're sort of building around him and Embiid. So, yeah, you do need shooters. So, throw him with the 76ers. Throw him with the Warriors. And good luck.
Dude, oh, my God.
I love putting people with the Warriors just to get people mad.
I have a question. I don't think they would do this. I don't think they would pair him back up with him. But what would you say if they threw Kendrick Nunn and Hero and a pick in for Ben Simmons?
No.
I don't think Miami is doing that. I think Miami is saving up for Oladipo and a run at Giannis.
I don't think they would shoot themselves in the foot like that.
I wouldn't go for Oladipo.
What?
I wouldn't go for Oladipo if I were Miami.
No, I wouldn't either. I think they're going to save their I think they're saving their free agency and all their assets for like the 2021 summer or like the off season after this off season.
I'm getting a little.
I don't even know when it's going to be anymore. It's just like I know it's not this free agency period. It's the next one. But I mean, going back, I think more teams are going to be lining up if they make both Embiid and Simmons available. I think teams are going to be lining up for Simmons more so than Embiid, just because of today's game. And Simmons, like, although we hate on the Sixers, like I will admit, Simmons placed in the right system, surrounded with the right pieces, could be such a better player than what he is now. Yeah. Because really, it's not really totally putting a square peg into a round hole, but it almost feels like it just with the way that, or the lack of their success. I think Cleveland would be a great landing spot because you have Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter.
Yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. So, I mean, probably
Mhm.
one of Garland and Sexton is going back to Philly in a potential package. You have a plethora of first-round picks. I know Milwaukee's sending one later to them. And that Cavs team has struggled to really get the ball moving, get their assist numbers up. Simmons in that Cleveland offense might be kind of nice.
What do you think of you don't think they do a Bradley Beal trade, do you?
Who, Cleveland or Philly?
Ooh.
With Philly, with the Wizards.
Who? I think
I don't know.
I don't
Didn't they
know
just
because I
sign
feel like
him?
if the Wizards trade Beal, they're blowing it up. They're not retooling because
Yeah.
it's like the Wizards are in a very much different scenario than what OKC was last year. Because I feel like that would be almost the same type, like the same kind of just like it's in the same spectrum. If they trade Beal for Simmons, that'd be like trading Russell Westbrook for Chris Paul, essentially.
Okay, one other thing. How many years does Chris Paul have left on his contract? I'm just playing with
I
ideas.
think 3.
Okay, never mind. I thought if he was a free agent after this year, I thought the Thunder might maybe try and trade some picks, but that's not an option anymore.
And I wouldn't do that Miami move if I was done. That I think that'd be really stupid, dude, because you're shooting yourself in the foot right there, and you're such a young group that's been playing really well together. Surprisingly, with Jimmy Butler, right, able to do it, and why would you want to do that to yourself? You're shooting yourself in the foot. It was something that you already know this has been working for you. Why would you want to get rid of the guys that have been working great that are so young? And
Orlando, get back Markelle Fultz.
Dude, now you got me thinking of a Ben Simmons, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander offense for the future. Like with all those first-round picks coming in, like I really like that idea. Like,
yeah.
It feels weird because we've hated on the Sixers for so long.
I'm not the
like
biggest
we're taking
fan of
Simmons out of that system.
Yeah.
Like we never said he was really a bad player, like to a core.
He's not
it was
a bad player.
It's all like I feel like the
All-star.
consensus in like the NBA community has been like it's never really been Simmons slander. It's just like him and Embiid don't work together that well.
Yeah.
And
Well, I don't
that
know-
well,
Listen,
by meaning
I
they're
don't
not
think
NBA
he's the
contenders.
main guy either, though.
'Cause-
I'm telling you, I don't think he's the main guy you bring
I don't think
in.
you can have your center
to-
be a main guy except
Exactly.
Jokic because
But
But
Jokic,
I don't think Simmons is either. I don't think he's
No,
the
I'm not
main.
saying
I don't
Simmons
think
is
he's
either,
the
like-
centerpiece that you build around.
thing
He's
with-
a
I
guy you
think-
bring in to help another person.
I think Simmons might be like at his ceiling is a 1B, but he is a very good beat I
don't even think.
I think he's a
1B.
good Robin in the right system.
Okay, the thing with Simmons and Embiid, they're so different from today's game. Simmons is a tall, long point guard that can't shoot, and Embiid is one of the last of a dying breed of dominant post players. So you have two players that you can't really find many similarities to many players in the modern NBA game for their styles of game, and now you're meshing them together. Doesn't seem to work, and now you don't know. We're completely unsure of what player or what style of game might work with Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid's play, because we don't know, because both of them are so different, and you don't really see anyone else play that type of way as a guard or as a center.
Final question here,
goes to the
guys.
Knicks and
If you had to pick a team where you'd want to see Simmons get traded to, where would it be? Dane, I'll start with you.
This is tough for me. Oh my gosh, I'm going through the picks in my head right now.
Jayden, do you have a team?
I have a team. Yeah, I want
All
to
right,
see Dane.
Dane, we'll let you still brainstorm. But Jayden, where would you like to see Simmons? land?
Not where I like to see him land, because I really don't know where I would.
All right,
put
well,
him.
where do you
exactly?
think-
But where I see him going is
Yeah.
a team like the Kings. I honestly see him going to.
Really?
Yeah, it's very weird. See him going to a team like the Kings. He stays there for 6 years. Doesn't really do much. Floats around the playoff. That's how I see it. I know it's very blunt, but honestly, how I see Simmons and how I see him play, you see him as a 1B. Listen, if he's going to go anywhere, he needs to go to a team, and I don't see him being a Robin. I see him being maybe the third piece that is supplemental. I know you say he's an all-star, and he's a good player.
I got a team.
I understand that, but he doesn't add enough to a team for me personally to say that he is the Batman or the Robin. I see him. He's like the
I got a
third
team
piece
now,
to me.
guys. Indiana. It might convince Oladipo to stay. Don't know if TJ Warren can improve, but now
you know how tall that starting lineup would be?
Yo,
Is
dog, that would be nasty. What if you did a sign and trade with Oladipo and you gave Brogdon, and then you had Simmons, Warren, Sabonis, and Turner? I don't think they do that.
I don't think you could have Simmons, Sabonis, and Turner all on the court at the same time. Because Sabonis and Turner barely works as it is.
Oh, yes, it does.
Well, it doesn't work to the extent that it should. Because those two are very.
I mean, that takes away a lot of shooting.
It does. That's the thing.
So
My team is OKC. Sam Presti. That's like the prototypical Sam Presti like dream player, like a 6'9" athletic point guard who can defend. Then you throw him with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then you got all those draft picks coming in. Surely you can find at least a couple shooters like that. Ooh.
Like, you see, you're marketing him as a guy that you're building around. He's a
facilitator.
I see him as a piece that you bring in to be like he's the last straw, a guy that you get at the trade deadline.
You make it sound like he's like an Andre Iguodala, a Miami type of player.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest.
He's an
fan
all-star, dude.
He's
like
an
I'm
all-star.
not saying
the biggest
like an
fan
all
in the
NBA
world.
player. I'm just saying like he's still very good. We just like haven't. I don't think we've seen his potential.
We haven't seen his, but you're right. We haven't seen his potential from what I've seen. That's what I think.
The Sixers have kind of like held him down in a way.
Hot take. I think he's just like Kyle Kuzma leveled up. That's how I see it a little bit. Yeah.
I think if there is a
if you
team
level
that
up
really,
Kyle Kuzma,
that
you
can
land
put
up
together the best package.
Kyle Kuzma can shoot.
It's
So
like
true.
I'm
done with Ben
they can
Simmons.
just trade out Chris Paul if they want to. Like Chris
I'm not
Paul
the
in
biggest
Philly's
fan.
offense.
I'm done with Ben Simmons. We'll see.
Why are we talking about the Sixers and Ben Simmons so much on this show?
I know that should be illegal.
This is weird, and it's like it's not even relevant news too. It's just like, oh, there was a Bleacher Report article that says Cleveland might be going after Ben Simmons.
All right, whatever.
That's all it took.
Let's switch into something more fun. Jayden, what do you got?
We have Jayden's jump ball. Hit the intro. Welcome to Jayden's jump ball. Welcome to Jayden's jump ball. Welcome to Jayden's jump ball. Welcome to Jayden's jump ball.
Bulls.
Yeah. Give me this. This is mine, right?
Connor,
Steven
this
Adams.
is yours. Steven Adams.
Give me that.
Correct. That's the knowledge juice he's using to get into his mind.
I think I might be close. 83.
84. I'll give you that one. Very close.
You gave
That
Connor
was-
one that connects to hockey. So
Yeah.
immediately
He's like,
gets
Hey,
down
I
by-
gave you the Indiana Pacers.
yeah, you got the
So-
Pacers. Calm down.
Welcome to Jayden's Jump Ball. One of the best segments on Dribbling Around. This edition is Kicks on Court. Yes, we are talking about sneakers that are being worn by current and former basketball players. These mostly have to do with their signature shoe and what they've worn most of their career, like the different types of shoes that they have. So if you can match the shoe to the player that is the brand ambassador of the shoe, meaning like
How specific are we talking? Like, do we have to go like LeBron 11?
no.
Okay.
We're going. This is the shoe. Who is the person that is coincided with this shoe?
That scared me.
I thought I was just
Okay.
gonna have to guess PJ Tucker every time. But
Every
I'm
time.
feeling a little bit better
okay,
now.
Okay.
That
So-
scared me.
We have a good amount. How this is going to work? You're both going to write down your answer on your piece of paper. You're going to show it at the same time. And if it's right, you get a point. If it's wrong, you don't. Simple as
Alright,
that,
deal.
all right?
Love it.
You both answer at the same time, okay?
All right, cool.
Ready? So we're going to start with the first one here.
All right.
Let's see if I know how to move. Here we go. First shoe.
What the hell?
Oh, my Dane. This is maybe the most iconic shoe in the history of, like, professional basketball. I put it first for a reason.
Dane, come on now.
Oh,
You can use anything in the picture to help you out here.
Hold on.
Dane, come on.
Hold on. My pen's not working.
Oh my god.
Hold on. I need a new page. Okay, can I just wait? I got it. Okay, there.
All right, 3, 2, 1. MJ, Michael Jordan. Good job. Simple enough. Michael Jordan wearing the shoe. That's Jordan 11. That's like maybe Dane. You scared me there a little bit. Like that, it may be the most like iconic shoe of like the history of basketball. Maybe top 3, but it's definitely up there. But you got it right. Both get a point. Good job. Next shoe. Next
Jayden,
shoe.
I'm surprised you put this guy in.
I know. I had to because it's important, but we have it there. And I left some of the logos in just to So I know Dane might struggle here a little bit. That's okay.
I got it.
You got it, Dane. Do you have it now?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Kyrie.
Is that Kyrie Irving? Yes, it both says Kyrie. Correct. This is one of his older shoes. I mean, this might be one or two. I think this might be two. I think right. And that'd be his second shoe.
It's one of the first two.
Yeah, one of the first couple. You see that his sixth now, so he's going crazy with the shoes. This shoe right here. This is recently worn. Very new to this play. He's had shoes lines before. He's been a part of shoe lines before, but this one is the Pride edition, and this was worn at the Bubble recently. Thought I'd preface it with that.
I have a guess.
Okay.
Okay. The pen will work. Damn it.
Oh, it's the pen.
It's the pen. So is the
It's
pen.
the pen.
No, it
Where's the
definitely is
pen?
the pen. Can I go get a new pen?
Of course the
Wanna
pen.
pause? Go get a new pen.
Wait.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I got Dame.
Dame is correct. What does that say? Melo? No, incorrect. Melo's not correct.
Dame was my second guess.
Damian Lillard. These are recently worn. And there's a good picture of him there. Next shoe here. Let's see if we can get this one.
Oh, I know this.
Is there anything you can in the picture to help you out?
You know, I'm going trendy pick here, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I
Trendy
know
pick.
who it is.
Oh
Okay.
my god. It has to. Okay, never mind. I'm changing my answer. 1 second.
Right now the score I believe is 3-2.
It's 3-2. Yeah. All right. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
LeBron.
LeBron. What do you have, Dane?
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren. The answer is LeBron.
What?
It has,
Is that
if you
purple?
go- it's purple. It has
That looked
the-
blue.
You can see like the L and then
it's an
2-3 on the
L23
crown.
on it.
What?
If I didn't see that, I probably would have guessed KD. I thought that like.
Okay. All right.
What the hell?
I tried. Dave, that was for you. I put that one
I
in
did.
there
I thought
because-
that was blue, not purple, bro. I'm colorblind, dog.
colorblind. Colorblind.
But
Blame it on the
Breaking
colorblind.
news: Dane is colorblind.
Next shoe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Next shoe.
Oh, okay. I know by the calves. I don't even need to look at the shoe. Look at how skinny.
Really? That's what gave it away?
Yeah.
Ew. Okay.
Who doesn't drink his
Let's see
milk?
what Dane can get this one. Actually, okay. Maybe I'm thinking what you're thinking, but you're thinking, okay,
Oh,
all right.
wait a minute. I gotta change my answer. Shit.
Wait, what? Bro, I'm so lost. He knows by the calves, so like someone he knows.
Never mind. I thought it was a different person, but now I just saw.
I now that I think about, okay, all right. I think we're both on the same wavelength.
Jane, I think you
kinda,
know.
yeah.
You knew who I was.
I knew
talking-
what you were originally gonna say.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready.
Wait, alright.
Dane, if you get this one wrong, I'm gonna be upset.
No, it's not him. Hold on. Dude, this is gonna be so bad. Now you're messing me up. Okay.
Can you? I already have my answer like locked in. Who like?
Okay, I got an answer.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Giannis.
Giannis. What's it say? AD. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the
There's a
correct
green and white
answer.
3-4 on the heel, Dane.
I didn't see that.
He's colorblind.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. And did you think it was KD?
I thought it was-
KD.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. Okay. Got that.
I
See,
thought
he's
it was
using his
I
whole
thought it was
environment to help.
SGA at first.
No, he's not Nike. He's not Nike.
I didn't know.
Next shoe.
Who's New Balance?
Oh God! This better be who I think it is. I actually know
Next
this
shoe.
one.
I can't think of who's New
Use
Balance.
everything you can in. the
Bro,
picture
bro,
to
can
help
I?
you
Can,
out.
oh, I totally know this.
Dude.
Kind of using his noggin here. This is no one. It's a
Yo,
good,
dog, this is
good
this
one.
Is, this is
Dane
mine.
knows it.
I know this. I know this, dude.
I'm really worried that Dane knows it, and I have.
I know.
no-
I 100% know. If I'm wrong, I'm shocked.
Oh my! I feel like I got to throw a name out there. Is this current? It looks current.
Yes, it's
Just
100%.
look at the picture quality. That's a
Yeah, I just had to make sure.
Okay, can we put it up?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Mello?
Kawhi. Kawhi is the correct
Forgot about
answer
Kawhi.
there.
Bro, it's
Kawhi.
like KL too.
I forgot about
These were
Kawhi.
this was the Charlotte All-Star game, and I thought maybe the sock would help you out there as the All-Star.
Wait, it's
Honestly.
5-3. How many are left?
There's a good amount left. Very, very good. There's a considerable amount. So I think I had 12 in there total.
Oh.
Next shoe. Oh, these are classics.
Oh, my God.
Man, these are classics. Listen. That logo just screams at you. I don't know about you. I know it screams at me. See how many?
I got it.
Got it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hello?
Mel, what do you say? Is that Stephon Marbury?
Yes.
Oh,
Stephon Marbury is
good.
correct.
I'll give you that.
That was it. A lot of mellow guesses here. Stephon Marbury is the correct
That was
answer.
just
These
a
are
shot in the dark.
supposed
Oh,
to
you know
be
how I know that? He put him on like the tattoos one, and I remember that logo.
tattoo right on the side of his head.
5-4. It's 5-4. I'm
They're
coming
making a
back.
comeback here. That was a hard one. That was supposed to
That
be
was
a hard
good.
one.
That was
And
good.
these shoes, fun fact, were supposed to be very affordable. You know, buy them $14 at the time, I believe. Very cheap. Did not take off, obviously. Marbury, we all know the story. So, next shoe.
Oh,
Oh no.
I know it.
I think I know it.
I'm ready.
It's got to be
Connor
him.
knows it. Connor knows it.
All right.
3,
I'm
2,
good.
1.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Will you say Mello again?
Did you say Melo?
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell. These are the
Spider.
spider. He had the spider logo you see on the right-hand corner of the photo, and it's supposed to be like a Spider-Man colorway. Marvel teamed up for this one. So
All right.
That's fair.
6-4. 6-4.
Or
Dane definitely has a chance. Next shoe.
Dog.
Oh, man. These are, if you know, you know. These are very – and he's still with this company.
What is that company?
is that Adidas?
It's not Adidas. It's an Asian company.
I have
anything you can in the photo to help you out. This company's called Anta or something like that.
I have two guesses. And like the one guess revolves this shoe being like somewhat old.
Is that like Converse?
Anta. I think Anta is the.
Onta?
Okay,
All right.
Onta.
Then. All right, I have my
Write
guess
down your
then.
guess.
I have my
Dane,
guess.
I'm down to 2 players.
Write down the guess.
What the hell? I'm going with the color scheme.
I think we might have the same pick.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Clay.
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 Clay Thompson is the correct answer. Good job. You see the look on
I
his
almost
face.
went Chris Paul. Like before you said the company, I almost went Chris Paul as being like kind of like an old Pelican or not
Mhm.
New Orleans shoe.
Okay. All right. So you're using the photo to your advantage, but you got to look at the look on his face looking at that shoe. He's either very excited, very humbled that he has the shoe, or very disappointed that he signed
That's
it.
Clay Thompson's like absolutely thrilled
Onta.
face.
Yes. It is. Greatest of all time. Next shoe. This one, I would say, is very tough. If any of you get this, I would be genuinely shocked. Genuinely shocked.
It's current, right?
That's definitely current.
Use what you can.
I have
in
a
the
guess. I don't know if he has a shoe though.
Genuinely shocked.
I'm ready.
Wait, I'm not. Not yet.
Dane's
Alright.
mind is hard at work.
I actually have a guess. And I don't think it's too far off either. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Mar DeRozan.
Spencer Dinwiddie. This is his personal shoe line. This is not by Nike, not by any company like that. This is his own shoe brand. This is his own, and that's his logo. And these are his shoes. And
I can't miss.
Dinwiddie is the correct answer. Good job.
That's a tough one. I'll give it
That
to
was a tough one, but I was actually surprised anybody got that one. Notice the logo looks like a number 8, and there's the S there. So you got it. Next shoe.
you. Oh, there's another one? I thought that was the last
Classics.
Bro, this is not current.
That spins, by the way. That little thing in the back, it spins.
I
Yes.
feel like it has to be a Pistons player.
That's Dada was the shoe brand. Dada. That's the name of the shoe brand.
Dude. I'm just throwing this name out there.
What?
Dane, I'm ready when you are, because I don't think either of us are getting this unless one of us absolutely lucks out.
All right, I'm guessing.
3, 2, 1.
Chauncey Billups?
AI?
Yeah, both incorrect. Latrell Sprewell.
Who?
Classics. Latrell Sprewell.
Come on, man.
These are classics. Look at these
Come
shoes.
on.
They spin. Very nice. Very nice.
Are those even in
Look.
2K?
I don't even think so.
Yeah, come on now.
I don't even think so. I don't know why they would be in 2K.
They spin,
Dada. The Dada, they do spin. Next shoe.
Oh. I was surprised if I get this wrong.
There's really only one player I know who's with Under Armour.
Okay, I'm done.
But I think that's the Philly logo. Dude, I have no clue. I'm just gonna guess who I think. Like the only
Oh, I don't care. I'm just going with a brand name. Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Curry.
Steph Curry.
Now you would think it's Steph Curry,
Jesus.
but it is Joel Embiid, brand new, just recently, literally joined the Under Armour brand. I believe a couple days ago, from when we're recording this, and yeah, he's a new member of the Under Armour family. Curry definitely is, and probably most synonymous with it. But Joel Embiid.
How many more?
I don't even. I'm not. I think I have what? How many are you at, Connor?
I've only missed one. Wait, no, I missed two. I missed the spinning one and the Stephon Marbury.
So what's your score right now? What do you have?
He's like 8. No, it's 7-4. That's what
All
it
right.
is.
Next shoe, if there is one, I don't even remember. Oh no, I think we're at the end.
Oh, so yeah.
All right,
Cool.
All right, we're at the end. Congrats, Connor wins. I don't even remember how many I had, but either way, I put that one at the end to talk about it. But brand new, with the Sixers, so with the shoe brand being with him and Joel Embiid. So
It feels great to get another win on Jayden's jump ball. I know I'm down 5-3, but hey, I'm coming soon. And Dane, it's a tough
Not
look.
on court,
You
bro.
know who also has a tough look? Breaking news. Draymond Green fined $50K for tampering.
oh wow,
We
Shams
knew it.
beat Woj that
Give
one.
me
Shams
my
beat Woj.
money.
Shams beat
Give me
Woj.
my money.
Beat Woj.
Shams
Hey,
beat Woj.
50,000?
But that's not
50,000.
that's not that breaking. We knew that was gonna happen. So
We knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that price tag.
Whoa,
Whoa.
$50,000 for Draymond.
It's still for a couple words said. That is definitely something
Whatever.
special.
I mean, he knew that fine was coming.
Yeah.
That fine was coming. Speaking of stuff we didn't see coming opposite, we didn't see coming at all. This is TJ Warren's bubble, right? Like, our parents had MJ. We grew up with LeBron, but now, like, we're getting to witness bubble TJ Warren. Like,
Did anyone see the meme that it was like the glasses are off and you see Kawhi and you're like, what? And you put the glasses on and it's actually TJ Warren. They kind of have the same haircut. But yeah, I mean, good for this guy. No one expected him to really
really making cash considerations look like a bum.
Yeah, for Phoenix, who also is doing well themselves.
Yeah,
Could you
man.
imagine if he was on Phoenix now?
Right now.
Could you imagine if Phoenix had TJ Warren?
I don't think Green would have went on TNT and said he needs to leave if they still had Warren, but
Dog,
that's tough. Do you guys – hey, Dane, he just beat your Clippers. How far do you see a TJ Warren kind of led team going into this playoffs? Do you think they're –
He beat the Lakers. He didn't beat the Clippers,
in the first
right?
round now.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be really tough to get by Miami because they shoot so well. And TJ Warren, he's played so well, and it kind of reminds me a little bit more offensively wise. He's doing better. But what was it, 2018? Oladipo pushed the Cavs to 7 in the first round.
First round.
I think it was LeBron's final year with the Cavs. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of that. I feel like that could be a similar series with Miami. But Miami has so many shooters. The one thing that I could make the difference, do I think TJ Warren will keep up like this high echelon of offensive play? No. Do I think he'll play well? Yes. How much does Oladipo go off in the series? Because if he can step up his game a little bit, I'll go with Indiana.
Well, my main who's gonna win the series is like how many times does TJ Warren fight Jimmy Butler?
Can he shut him down? We'll see. That's
going to be such a great matchup to watch in this first round because like it's almost essentially locked in that's going to be the matchup. Like because Miami isn't moving up.
The Sixers are a half game back of Miami and Indiana. Granted, the Sixers look no Ben Simmons, but we don't know. Things happen.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for I would love to see it. Like that's the series I want to see in the first round, Miami, Indiana, just because like those two teams are arguably the two best bubble teams right now in the Eastern Conference. So I'd just be like almost a clash of the Titans in the first round. Not to mention you have so many storylines there to watch out. You got TJ Warren going off. You have that Warren Butler feud. Heat's first year with a young, inexperienced team. How do they perform in the playoffs after doing so well leading up? Jayden, what are you thinking about TJ Warren and the Pacers?
Dude, I'm in love, man. I'm in love. This is exactly what the bubble needed to start. An unexpected
You weren't
stuff.
talking about TJ Warren.
Dude,
You were talking about
that.
everyone but TJ Warren.
Yeah.
Literally, you were talking about everyone on the Pacers but TJ Warren.
Bro, he was their leading scorer going into the bubble. Dude,
And you still
I know,
didn't
but you
mention
just
it
didn't
anytime you
mention
talked
it.
about the
I did not
Pacers.
talk about him.
I deserve so much credit.
No, you do not.
No, you don't.
You did not talk about TJ Warren. You talked about literally every other player on the Pacers except TJ Warren. So you could go check the tape on that. But hey,
Bro, because
this is
if the
exactly
Pacers
what the
win the
bubble
title.
needed.
If the Pacers win, I'll get TJ Warren's haircut.
Okay, so
fine.
now we have two bets for
Oh
Dane,
my
just for
God.
those keeping score at home. A racing stripe if Houston wins, and now dreads, I think, or cornrows for Dane if Indiana wins. So
I don't think I could even get cornrows.
Probably not.
If Indiana and
You
Houston
agree
do it,
there.
like, make it to the finals, I just say do both.
Wow.
Dude.
If it's a Rockets,
Blonde
Pacers,
cornrows.
Rockets
wow,
Pacers final.
That would be a
Corner.
very unique look. I highly recommend you take remote online classes if that is the case. I do not recommend you come back to school. Either
Turn
way,
off my video on Zoom.
either way,
I don't think my mom would let me do that, but
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it either. I think that would look really bad. But yeah, I'm in love because it's exactly what the bubble needed. Obviously, we're going to have our stars play, and they're going to play at a high level, but no one expected this guy to come up and to bring so much attention back to the league in a time where it really needs it. So, TJ Warren, this guy's a superstar in the Pacers. I don't think that they will go super far in the playoffs. I think they will get halted by Miami if anything happens because I like Miami so much. But I think it's awesome for the last couple of games that we have with the Pacers that we have this guy out of nowhere that now he made himself. He took the bubble and used it to his advantage, and that's the best you could ask for.
I think he's probably the MVP of the bubble right now. Like you can,
Yeah.
there's definitely an argument to be made for Devin Booker and Damian Lillard, and those are really great players playing great basketball right now, and that's not a knock on them. But again, like I bought the Heat before we went into the bubble, and granted, like I know teams like the Lakers, I was saying they're my title favorites. I'm not sure if they can make it past Portland. Boston hasn't impressed me whatsoever. I think Indiana could beat Boston.
Really?
I don't
No,
think Indiana could beat
no,
Miami.
Boston plays too good team defense over a 7-game series.
I think you're underrating Boston a little bit too much.
Well, no, I'm
But
just
I understand
saying,
your
like,
point.
I don't think I've seen enough consistent offense from them. I'm not knocking them. I'm saying, like, Indiana 7 at most. But still, Jane, I'm with you. I think Miami's team ball is just so good right now. They have the shooters, and I think Jimmy Butler, he's capable of maybe shutting down TJ Warren, at least for a couple games, but that might be all they need.
Yeah, I think there'll be a good knock between them two. I think that I wouldn't say there's gonna be a brawl, but I do see some altercation. I hope, and not that I hope for it, but it would make good television.
Oh, I hope for it. Hope for it.
It'd be good television, and it's exactly what this bubble would need. So a lot of COVID warnings flaring up, but it would be definitely a fun thing to see.
You know, guys, they do play each other, I believe, one more game before the end of the
Yeah.
regular season. We mentioned that, and that's going to be one of our picks. And Connor doing well last week, doing well this week, only one loss. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to make our picks for this week. Let's see right here. All
We're
right.
doing it in a different style now. Like we don't want to just be like picking against each other to pick against each other. Like
right,
let's
so
make
we
this
up
pick
now.
more
This is just for
authentic.
the-
We don't have as many, but
The rest of the regular season, the last 3 games, they're TBD as of right now, so to be determined for the time. So that's why we don't have a time for those. First up, Suns Sixers. I'm going first. Easy for me. Suns. Connor, what do you got?
yeah, put me down for Phoenix.
All right, Jayden. Oh,
Put me down
Oh.
for 76ers.
Ooh.
wow. All right.
Let
Should
me
we
go
do
first.
snake-
Let
should we
me
do
go
snake
first now.
draft
Yeah, let me
style?
go first
All right,
now.
yeah, we're letting
Yeah,
Jayden
snake
go
draft
first
style.
now.
I'm going with the Mavericks.
I'm going Portland.
All right, I'm going with the Blazers. Okay, that means I get to go first. Pacers, Rockets.
Yeah.
Goga Batatse. Remember that name. Good physical forward, rookie. Indiana.
Pacers, but it's close.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I think
Wow.
everyone at
I
this
did
point
not think that'd be a clean sweep.
I mean, it's not like it's
That
not a
makes me
knock on
wanna
Houston.
switch.
I just think that I think Indiana's playing such good
You
basketball.
can't switch.
Yeah, you can't switch. You
All
You
right,
are
can't
deal.
just switch.
Jayden, that means you go first. Heat Thunder. Who you
I
got?
will go first, and I will take the. It's a Wednesday, middle of the week. I will go with the Thunder. Go with Thunder. Yeah.
Can I make a stipulation for this game? Like I will
Go.
put a team tentatively in now. I'm picking OKC with the assumption that Dennis Schroeder might be back.
Okay, that's easy for me.
Hmm.
I'm picking the Heat with the assumption Jimmy Butler will be back. Okay, that means I go first. Clippers, Nuggets.
Hmm.
I
think the Clippers will wait. No,
Oh.
no, no,
Oh.
because the
Oh
Clippers
my
need to lock up the
God.
2 seed.
This
Never
guy's a-
mind.
This guy's just a pancake.
I need to
over
look at the
flopping.
standings now. So I like Dane double clutched on that. I need to make sure I know all the seeding and everything. Because in my mind, I'm thinking Clippers. I need to see their schedule. So Dane, just edit this out because I need to do some quick research.
Okay, my laptop's at 7%. So
We
Okay.
gotta speed this.
Go. All right. They play Brooklyn, Denver, OKC.
wait, I'm triple clutching.
What?
Because now they don't care about home court advantage. So the Clippers don't care if they get 2 or 3.
What would that matter? I thought the difference would be playing Dallas or Houston.
You could. Okay, go.
Are you quadruple clutching now?
No, just go. I have the Nuggets. That's the deal.
They're a game and a half up on the Nuggets. I think I'm making this pick thinking that they won't be playing full strength. I'm gonna go Nuggets.
Damn it. Go,
Clippers.
Jayden. Clippers. Jayden. Nuggets.
You
Raptors.
already know what to put for me. You already know what to put for me. That's easy.
Okay,
Set it
Connor.
down.
I'm gonna go with Jayden with the Raptors. Raptors.
Repertoires and the rock Rockets. You spelled the Rockets wrong.
It's a back-to-back.
You're only allowed two double. Like,
I don't
one
think it's a
double clutch
back-to-back.
on
I
this
think that
thing.
one's on Friday.
All right, me, Thunder, Clippers.
Hmm.
Clippers won't care. Connor.
Clippers.
Jayden.
Thunder.
This is really weird with me picking against OKC, like being the only one.
All right. Heat Pacers. That means Jayden, you're first.
Pacers win this game that they play in the series. Heat win the series.
Pacers. Yeah, I'm kind of with Jane. I think Pacers win the game, but I would still pick Miami in a 7-game series. Great preview though. Should we do a little extra section like who we think or should we do this like kind of later in the week once we get into the play-in tournament for the West?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I-
it'll fun. You'll find the play-in tournament.
Check
That'll be a
out
good one.
later this week. But yeah, Connor, you had a pick segment. Who won this week?
Oh, we had a winner. We have Garrett Brink at G_Brink. Big watcher, big follower of the
Clap it up for the
Dribbling Around. Good
boys.
job, Garrett. Picked a couple games. He picked the Grizzlies, oddly enough, against OKC, which no one saw coming, but and picked Clippers, so over Trailblazers. So he had some really good picks down the stretch. So I'll give him credit. But
That's how you do
no,
it.
thanks
man.
for watching. Thanks for picking. And not sure if this is gonna be a weekly thing, but keep an eye out for the next one.
All right, that's it for Dribbling Around. For Dan, Connor, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check us out on Instagram. And hey, we got NBA playoffs coming up very, very soon. Make sure you stay right here on Dribbling Around. We got all the good stuff for you. Don't miss out. See you next time. Dribbling Around.